Welcome back to the Unported YouTube channel. My name is Kylie and today we're making oatmeal raisin cookies. As always, these are completely vegan, they're gluten-free, and I'm going to show you how to make them. We're going to start off by creaming some butter. I'm using 115 grams of the naturally butter. It's a solid butter and I recommend using a solid butter. If you're in the US, you can use oat melons. To the butter, we're going to add 100 grams of muscovado sugar. I like to use muscovado sugar because it's slightly less processed and I really like the deep flavor. So we're going to cream that with the butter until it starts to get light and fluffy. You want to mix it through until you get rid of any lumps that there might be in the sugar. I'm going to scrape it down once just to make sure that everything is completely incorporated, and then I'm going to go back in with the mixer, continue to mix until it gets a little bit lighter and a little bit fluffier. Once your butter and your sugar are all mixed together, you're going to put that bowl to one side and we're going to move on to the flour. So I'm using 120 grams of all-purpose gluten-free flour. I really like to mix my own and you can find a link to that on our website. But if you don't want to do that, you can either use King Arthur's, Bob's Red Mill, or Dove's Farm in the UK. To the flour, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Next, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of xanthan gum. Xanthan gum is a binder and it really helps in gluten-free baking, especially vegan gluten-free baking where you've got no eggs. So this will help to keep the texture really nice and light and fluffy while stopping any crumbling that you often get with gluten-free bakes. I'm also going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a pinch of nutmeg. Then we're going to sift this dry mix into the butter and the sugar mix, and that just helps to make sure that all the dry ingredients are really well mixed and slightly aerated. And then to that we're going to add 90 grams of raisins and 60 grams of oats. And you're just going to bring the spatula back in and start to mix that all together. So you're going to mix that until it starts to come together, and then we're going to add 30 grams of non-dairy milk, or roughly 2 tablespoons of non-dairy milk. And once that's in the bowl, you can mix again and you'll notice that now everything really starts to come together into a dough-like texture. And then we're going to put the dough in the fridge overnight. This helps to stop any spreading of the cookies. So often with gluten-free bakes, you get a lot of spreading, especially with biscuits. And the fridge step just helps to solidify the butter again and stop that spreading. So once you're ready to bake, we're going to line a tray with some baking paper. I'm going to do the same thing that I did in the shortbread biscuit video. I'm going to take that little bit of butter left on the butter packet, rub it on the bottom of the tray, and then put a piece of baking paper over the top. So this just helps to stop the baking paper from moving around when you're pressing your cookies into the tray. And then we're ready to put the cookies on the tray. So you're going to take about 2 tablespoons of cookie dough, roughly shape it into a ball, and then press it into the tray. I recommend baking 1 tray at a time. This mixture makes about 12 cookies. You're going to want to bake about 5 or 6 at a time. Baking 1 tray at a time will just give you a really even bake. So they're going to bake at 160 degrees Celsius for 18 to 20 minutes. And then when they come out the oven, just let them completely cool on the tray before you put them on a cooling rack. And then they're ready to eat. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Please let me know if you make these cookies. I would love to hear from you. If you have any requests for vegan gluten-free bakes, I would also love to hear from you. And please like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I'll see you in the next one.